All right, Matt. So we spent a lot of time on the channel actually talking about our favorite artists in the game, but this tier list is going to be interesting because we're going to be ranking our best artists in our opinion and also who we think are the worst rappers who've ever touched the microphone. So it's going to be a very exciting tier list today, guys. And if you want to actually view more of our tier list, subscribe to the channel because we're doing this on a regular basis. And how do you feel going into this? Because we have 40 artists to go through. We're using our scale of perfect, which is the GOAT level, then amazing, great, good, mid, and bad. So how do you feel, bro?
It's kind of interesting because this is the first time like we're really going into like the worst category on the channel, you know, but it's all up to everyone on this artist list. It's obviously all opinions, and let us know where we fucked up, all right? So get it going in the comment section, guys. Let us know where we went wrong, and you know, how would you change some of these ratings? But guys, as Lou said, 40 artists. Let's kick this off. Kanye West, baby. Okay, so where are we ranking him? Where do you want to go with this?
Listen, if you guys don't think he belongs on the GOAT level, then you need to see the light because this man literally has one of the best catalogs, not only in hip-hop, but in music history. He's influenced 2 different generations of artists, and I just love the fact that he reinvents himself every album. So I think this is an easy placement in the perfect, right?
Absolutely. Perfect it is, and I agree with you on that catalog decision. Now, let's go on to a very polarizing artist, and that is Eminem. I want to say perfect, bro. I'm being honest with you. I think his 3-album run is the greatest of all time. I think that the 2 albums that he does have in his discography that do get a lot of slack, Music to Be Murdered By and Revival, should not shade his overall artistry. I think out of everyone on this list, he is on the top tier as far as lyricism goes and one of the most influential artists of all time. So
yeah,
I want to go perfect.
When you look at like the influence of his rhymes, like he literally changed the English dictionary. He added stan as a word into that. Not only that, but one of the best 3-album runs of all time. And I know what the comments are going to say. You guys are going to say that he's washed up, that he has duds in his catalog. But at the end of the day, in terms of being feared as a rapper, nobody wants to fuck with Eminem, bro.
Absolutely
in a feud, in any case. And look, the discography really declined for me. I do have to admit it. And that made me like think, should he go in the amazing instead of the GOAT? But
it's fucking Eminem.
Yeah,
Come on,
it's
bro.
Eminem. He has to get the perfect rating. So I'll side with you on that. But let's now go on to another polarizing figure, PLAYBOI CARTI. And this is interesting because if you're talking about like straight up like, you know, being a rapper and emceeing, he'd rank at the fucking bottom of the list. But in terms of what Carti's been able to do to influence this new generation of rappers, in terms of his baby voice inflections and the production that he started bringing up in these last couple of years, I think he should slot into the great.
Great area?
Great or good? What do you say?
I would, listen, I want to say good. I would personally go good because, I mean, when you have to look at it maybe on a rap level
of all time list, yeah, you probably have to go good. You're right.
It's no shove on PLAYBOI CARTI because like when it comes to this newer generation, you know, he's influenced a bunch, he's done his thing, and I think the catalog is super slept on as well because he takes time with his projects, and I love that as a fan. But I think good. He's a good rapper, you know, at least in my opinion. I mean,
but I think he will be one of the most influential of this generation. But again, in terms of overall skill set and impact, I gotta go with the good. You're right. So let's now go on to Lil Pump. And listen, before we slot him into the bad category, we have to give him some fucking credit, bro. Because back in high school, we unironically were bumping Gucci Gang. But don't even lie, like we were doing it, man.
Yeah, there was definitely
we were
Gucci Gang
that
playing
song,
on one part.
But I mean, listen, that's all that he ever had for me. I mean, that was kind of in the moment banger. But you know, going into what he's been putting out recently, the fact that he's just, to me, more clout chasing than actually chasing a quality discography. I just feel like people just, he's kind of become irrelevant to the game to me. So he goes into the bad, and message wise, lyrics wise, also in terms of creating slappers, just doesn't do it for us. So he's gonna go into the bad category. But let's now go on to Drake, and I think that he's definitely overhated because a lot of people say, you know, he went pop, and since then, he hasn't really focused too much on making quality music. But when you look at his impact, when you look at classic albums like Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, you can't doubt him, bro. The longevity Drake has had, and also the fact that he's a fucking chameleon, the way that he's been able to go into different genres, and also just the perfect all-around rapper. He's given so many assists, and he's carried his career on for so long. So for me, amazing. He goes into the amazing list.
category.
Yeah. I don't think he's one of the greatest to ever touch a mic, but I think he goes into the amazing category.
If he goes into the amazing category, he kind of has to be considered on that level. But I agree with you. I think when it comes to also bringing hip hop to a new level for the 2010 decade, you have to slot him in there, because even when it comes to commercial success, that is probably the biggest thing that he holds on his belt, and it's impressive the numbers he does, man. It's like he has so many records that have, you know, climbed the charts. He's been on the charts since he started his career, and even at that, like, he has everything. He has lyricism, he has the R&B side to him. But let's go on to J. Cole, all right? Because this is another very interesting pick, because a lot of people think that J. Cole is just your classic rapper, but I mean, when you look at the big three of this new generation, you have to give him his props, and I think he's actually on the same level as Drake. I would slot him into the amazing category, at least in my opinion.
I can't believe that people have that take of saying J. Cole is a boring rapper. Like, did you guys listen to Johnny P's Caddy? Like, he's literally stepping on the fucking competition. And when you look at rappers, especially in this generation, there's very few that come close to Cole's impact in terms of message. I mean, listen to a song like Love Yours, listen to For Your Eyes Only, and he has the classics to back him up too, not only in his mixtape catalog, but in the album catalog. So he does get the amazing rating for me as well. But let's now go on to another polarizing artist, and that's Travis Scott. And listen, I think in terms of like rappers that innovated in this new generation, there's not that many that really push the boundaries of trap music and psychedelic hip-hop the way that Travis Scott has. And if you really think about it, like, if you literally go through Travis Scott's songs, he's never really sing anything deep. Let's be honest about that. In terms of the lyrical side of things, he falls a bit short, but he makes up for that with these soundscapes that are so rich. So for me, I'd put him in the great catalog.
You go in the great catalog?
Yeah. You're debating between the great and amazing. I already know. Is he on that level of Drake and Cole, though? That's what I want to ask you.
I think for this new generation, yes, but we're gonna have to see how it plays out. I think the great is a fair rating. I think great is definitely fair on an all-time list. Yeah, I think great is definitely, it slots in right in that middle, but it's just above average. So yeah, fuck yeah, I think Travis Scott definitely deserves great. And let's go on to some classic rappers now. So first one we have is Biggie. Dude, this is perfect. I mean, there's absolutely no fucking debate. He has possibly two albums that could be debated that deserve to be top 10 of all time, with Ready to Die and Life After Death.
Or the greatest albums of all time.
Well, in your opinion, Ready to Die is the greatest album of all time. It's one of my favorites as well. And what he's done for hip-hop does not get noted enough, because the way that he was able to birth careers, example, like fucking Jay. If there's no Biggie, there's no Jay-Z. Like, let's say that off the bat. And even at that, when you look at the types of melodies and flows that he was bringing into the 90s,
revolutionary.
His production choices, the concepts behind his albums, the writing, everything was perfect. He's never put out a whack verse. And that's what's crazy, is that, like, if you would have seen this discography really flourish, you would really, like, people would be giving more flowers to Biggie, but it's definitely perfect.
And again, even just with 2 albums being released, you know, in the span of his lifetime, he showed that he was going to be one of the greatest to ever do it. And there's no one that has a better flow in hip-hop history than Biggie. Like, nobody comes close to it. He's the master of flowing from one track to the next. He was always on par with that ability, and just one of the greatest rappers to ever do it. So he definitely belongs in the perfect category. But let's go on to another legend right now, Tupac.
Wow, this is
another perfect rating. Come on, man.
This is perfect.
The influence levels that Tupac brought, I mean,
you can't.
If you think about it, he's just the ultimate symbol for activism within hip-hop and bringing that conscious side. And again, with just 4 albums out, he has classics in there, and one of the best songwriters and poets that we've ever seen. And again, bro, when people, you know, especially like artists like Lil Xan try to throw shade at Tupac, like, just don't even speak.
No, but
bro.
they know what's going to happen. As soon as you mention Tupac's name, you're going to be getting into the headlines, because so many people are going to be coming at you, and like, this is a unanimous fucking decision. If you're not putting him on the perfect category, I mean, stop listening to the whole genre. And again, catalog is fucking flawless. That's another thing that really is underrated about Tupac, is that he has never put out a bad song. It has always been fucking immaculate since the time he has started his career. So I agree with you, and not only that, but on the social and conscious level, what he has done for the game is, again, immaculate. So perfect rating for Tupac. But let's go on to Lil Wayne. Again, this is another rapper I want to give the perfect symbol to, bro. We have to. I mean, he is a legend. The influence is undeniable. How many rappers have made a career off of that Lil moniker and have made a career off of the style of rapping that Wayne introduced, and the way that he was able to command this whole different area of hip-hop? in the 2000 decade and 2010 on is absolutely amazing. The artist he's brought up, the commercial success he's brought to the genre, Wayne is a fucking legend. And anyone who says otherwise, please stop watching the podcast. So
Lil Wayne,
I would go perfect.
Lil
on
Wayne
this.
is definitely in the perfect category, and he's the king of fucking punchlines. And I think that Lil Wayne is literally the hardest working rapper that we've ever seen. In 25 years, he's put out 46 projects, over 500 features, and Lil Wayne is also funny. I love the fact that he brings comedic value to his raps, because you get bars like, I put you 6 feet under, I'm being socially distant. I mean, the punchlines, the wordplay, Lil Wayne is the epitome of a skillful rapper. And even though sometimes the message isn't always there, Lil Wayne is all about lyrical exercise, and he belongs on that perfect scale. But let's now go on to Coi Leray. This is an interesting one. So
this is an interesting one.
Listen, if you were to play Coi Leray in a moving vehicle, I'm hopping out of it. No disrespect to Coi Leray. I think that she is bubbling up. I think that she's killing it on TikTok, but the music quality is just not there. And look, in her defense, there's no album out yet, so I can't judge her on a discography level, but all the singles have just not been good, and no original style either.
Yeah, I kind of see where you're coming from on that end as well. And I mean, there's the whole thing of her trying to bite PLAYBOI Carti style that a bunch of fans have been talking about. And I mean, listen, there's no shade towards Coi Leray because she's winning right now and she's definitely doing numbers. And when it comes to this new generation, she's been on there. But I don't think she's a good rapper.
It's got to go bad.
It has to go next to Lil Pump, but again, all these people are winning. They're making their bag, so salute to them. But let's go on to Jay-Z. Again, another rapper I think that has to slot onto that perfect level. And do you think that Jay-Z will go down as the unanimous GOAT by the end of his career, when he officially says, I'm not doing this anymore, or when he's completely inactive out of music?
No doubt, bro. I mean, if you were to put out a poll right now to every hip-hop fan and to see what I would say the most popular answer would be out of that poll, everybody's going Jay-Z, and it's because he's the perfect all-around rapper. He's had the longevity, he's had maturity in his career, and he literally laid down the blueprint for how rappers could monetize in the game. And he literally went from showing us the blueprint to how to sell records to showing us the blueprint to selling a fucking streaming platform for $300 million. Like, he's literally the epitome of someone that took hip-hop and brought it up and just killed it, bro, throughout his entire career.
He's low-key the president. Like, he's the president of hip-hop. And I think when you have to talk about the Godfather, even for the nice things he's done for a lot of rappers and put people on and show that independence is the number one thing that should be valued, bro, even his catalog is fucking immaculate. He has 4 classics, in my opinion. So Jay-Z is definitely in the perfect.
I think he has more than 4, but yeah, we'll keep going on this. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, we'll save that conversation for another day. But let's go on to RODDY, RICCH. And a lot of people are giving this guy a lot of slack because of Live Life Fast. I mean, listen, we've done our reaction to Live Life Fast on our Patreon plan. You guys can access that on the reaction tier. But I mean, I don't think it's a mid or bad situation. He's definitely not a mid or bad artist, but he's a good artist. I mean, especially the way that, he uses his vocals to, really bring energy to a track, the way that he has this West Coast flavor to him. I think sometimes diversity is also an issue within his catalog, and you could see that maybe it's a case now that, like, so maybe running out a bit of material or whatever it is, but to say that he's a bad rapper is definitely not merited.
Definitely not.
I think he's in the good area.
Yeah, Feed the Streets mixtapes go hard. I mean, I love what he did on Pure Souls, on Donda. I love Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, and he proved that he's a hitmaker too. I love also just how raw and gospel-like his voice is, and I think that he has potential to move up to the great category at one point and really be one of the leaders of this new generation. So shout out RODDY, RICCH, definitely deserves the good rating. But let's go on to someone else who is definitely going to fit in that GOAT category, and it's Nas.
Oh,
I mean, how could you not put him there? The way that he was just giving us classic after classic in the 90s, the way that he's still rapping at a top tier level in 2021 with King's Disease 2 and Magic. I mean, he's had multiple runs that have been historic throughout his career. And in terms of just overall lyricists, if you want to tell me he's the greatest of all time with the pen, I won't say anything.
No,
I'll shut the fuck up.
Absolutely, for sure. And I think when you look at Nas's career, he has done a lot of work that I don't think anyone could really touch on this list. I mean, like, Illmatic is kind of considered like that holy grail for hip hop. And I think that even if you look at the way he's matured and over the years and how meditative he's gotten and how he's been able to link up with modern producers like Hit Boy to make records that are still prominent within the industry, super impressive to me. And he has that longevity. His pen game has not dipped down whatsoever. So definitely deserves the perfect rating. Lil Baby now. This is a very interesting conversation because you could argue that, you know, every single Lil Baby feature that you hear is low-key the same. That's something that I feel as if I've been getting.
Recycled flows as well to me,
but
personally.
The only thing is that out of this new generation, I don't think anyone could rap like him. Like, when it comes to pure spitting and freestyling, like, sometimes I'm listening to a Lil Baby verse and I'm like, this is fucking hard, bro. Like, his ability to keep that breath control and to be able to open verses and songs is super impressive to me. And I think right now, when you look at this new generation, he is the leader. I mean, there's no one that has that unanimous commercial sort of appeal more than anyone besides maybe Travis Scott right now. So I would personally go great.
I would not go great.
But it's up to you.
I would go good because I don't think he has the catalog yet to really match up to it. My Turn was a solid album, but yeah, I just don't think he deserves the great because, again, I feel like some flows get recycled, but he does bring so much energy to a song. We saw on tracks like Wants and Needs when he wants to fucking have a lyrical marathon just speeding through a verse. He does that really well. And yeah, I think Lil Baby's a really solid rapper, but is he on that Travis Scott kind of tier? I don't think he's on that level yet, so we'll slot him into the good. But let's now go on to 50 Cent, and this one is super interesting just because 50 Cent, of course, we know that he's a hitmaker. We know that Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic hip-hop album. There's no debating that. And when you look at the rest of his catalog, not amazing, but I do think that when it comes to gangster rap, he's literally the face of that, well, one of the faces of that subgenre of hip-hop. And I think that he was consistent for a large part of his career, and he's part of so many classic and iconic moments within the hip-hop genre. So for me,
I'm going amazing. I want to go amazing on this, bro. It's fucking 50 Cent, dude. Like, this guy literally had one of the greatest runs in all of hip-hop. He has had the most dominant period within hip-hop. When 50 Cent came out, bro, no one was listening to anyone else.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on. Who else has had that?
I just don't know if he has the catalog, though. I mean, he has the influence. He has the influence. That's for fucking sure.
Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre are fucking incredible projects. The Massacre is so
It's really good. It's not Get Rich or Die Trying level.
No,
it's really
not.
good,
It's
though.
not. But, bro, you still have songs like Ski Mat. Like, okay, anyway, so I don't want to ramble on too much, but I would personally go amazing. What do you think?
I feel more great, but it's 50. I want to give it to 50. We'll give the amazing to 50, but let's now go on to Kendrick Lamar. And listen, out of every rapper that came out in the last decade, when I look at that generation of artists, the Coles, the Drakes, all those guys, there's only one name that I already know is going to end up being one of the greatest to ever do it, and it's fucking Kendrick Lamar. He deserves the perfect rating.
He does deserve it.
You can argue every single fucking studio album that he's put out has been a classic record to the culture. I think that when you look at the cultural and social impact of his music, the fact that he's just been evolving over time, and not only does he give us hits that you could bump in the club like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe or Money Trees, but you get those songs that make you reflect on your life like Fear and so many others. So for me, Kendrick gets the perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
Goated.
I mean, you guys know how big of a Kendrick fan I am, and I have to put him on that level. But that's interesting, though. A lot of people might disagree with us to put him on there that soon. But let's go on to Nicki Minaj, all right? Because this is another artist that is, very debated upon. But I think Nicki deserves her flowers. Fuck yeah. I mean,
she's done, and no.
She's done.
She deserves her flowers, but I'm not putting her in amazing.
No, she's not amazing. Sure. No. I think I would go great on Nicki.
Yeah, she doesn't have a classic album, in my opinion. I think that she is, to me personally, she doesn't have that flawless project. She doesn't have a classic, but I do think that the way that she came up and all of her features are really good. I think that, as a rapper to come out in the last 10 years, she has been super impactful. She has influenced a lot of people, but when I look at her as a lyricist, when I look at her catalog, it's not really on that upper echelon for me personally, but I'd give her the grade just because of, again, how much of an influence she's had.
She's had a major impact on the game, and I don't know, man. Her lyricism is really nice, bro. Like
cool.
She's able to rap with the best of them, absolutely, especially with her punchlines. But Nicki slots into the grade. Let's go into Lil Uzi, and I think I'm gonna slot him in automatically at the good. Definitely on that PLAYBOI, CARTI, Lil Baby sort of level for me. And I think that when you look at this new generation, especially for what he did for emo rap and bringing it to another level as a whole, it was really beautiful to see. And led this whole SoundCloud generation, has done so much flourished throughout his career, has projects in his discography that are absolutely celebrated, has great mixtapes. So I would slot him in at the good.
Yeah, he just makes fun music at the end of the day, and it's super enjoyable. Love the mixtape catalog, so let's give it the good rating. And now we go on to Tyler, the Creator. This is super interesting just because he's had one of the best evolutions and has shown so much fucking growth in his career. And I just think that when you look at someone that's able to go from genre to genre, someone that's able to, work with so many different artists and just have, I would say, flexibility in terms of the music he's making, I'll have to slot him in.
I would go amazing.
You put him in the amazing?
He's dominant, man. I'm telling you, his music quality is top fucking tier, bro. That's at least in my opinion. Actually, amazing.
Because the earlier projects aren't like up to par in my opinion, but as of late, like he had one of the best 3-album runs in recent time with Flower Boy, Igor, and Call Me If You Get Lost. So
amazing.
I feel maybe great, but if you want to go amazing, I'll give it to you because I could see it going either way.
I think maybe on a similar level to Travis. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree with that. So let's slot him into the great.
We'll go into the great category, but let's go on to Andre 3000. I don't want to spend much fucking time on this because if anyone else says anything besides perfect, again, please unsubscribe. So Andre 3000 automatically subs into there, and this whole fucking ramble on that's been going on
about
for the
solo
past
album.
Come on, are you guys for real? Stop this. I mean, I don't even understand where you guys are coming from with that. That's like I don't even know, bro. Like that's like calling Michael Jordan like not a GOAT because he played a fucking team sport. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I get it. He was a part of a group, but it's Andre 3000. He is one of the most influential rappers of all time, a part of one of the most iconic groups of all time, and the catalog's fucking immaculate. This guy has never spat a whack line.
Never, man. And the vocal inflections, the way that Andre 3000 literally uses his voice as a fucking instrument, the way that influenced artists like Thugger and so many others, Andre 3000 is definitely on that goal level. No more discussion needed. Let's now go on to Kodak Black. This is super interesting, bro, because like growing up, that 2016, 2017 run from Kodak to me was groundbreaking. I loved what he brought to street hip hop. I loved how versatile that he was as well. But lately, I just feel like it's been week album after week album. I feel like he's never really bounced back, and he's kind of been on a decline. So to me, if I'm really looking at the full scope of things, I put Kodak in the mid.
You put Kodak in the mid?
Yeah.
No, I can't agree.
I put Kodak, bro. I'm sorry, he's just not on that level of Lil Baby, bro, and those other artists that are in that tier.
He was doing this before them. That's my thing, dude. Is that like Kodak was, bro? We have to stop. I really want to do Kodak like that.
Personally, I feel Kodak in the mid. Could you make a case for why he's
on the, bro? I can make a case that he's on the same level of Lil Uzi and Lil Baby. Bro, he's just as good of a rapper, if not better than
I just feel like he's been on like this constant decline, and I've been rooting for the Kodak comeback, guys. I want to see it. Like I'm really, especially after he came out of jail, I wanted to see it, but we'll give it a good, even though I personally feel the mid on this. But if you really feel strongly, I'll give it to you. But let's now go on to Snoop Dogg. I'm feeling
an amazing rating here for Uncle Snoop, bro.
I'm feeling the amazing rating. I think that personally he has one classic album in Doggy Style, but in terms of the originality of his voice, bro, I mean, when you hear Snoop Dogg's voice, it's unmatched, and he's just so charismatic. And yeah, I think Snoop Dogg gets the amazing because of the impact and what he did for West Coast hip hop. So even though the catalog doesn't shape up as much, I still think Snoop Dogg's an amazing rapper.
Yeah, he was one of those rappers that was just putting out, project after project, an extremely hardworking rapper, but the flow and cadence alone, bro, has added so much value to the culture. Like, looking at even Doggy Style, bro, like, that's a holy grail in hip hop for me. So definitely deserves the amazing rating. But let's go on to Young Thug, another artist that a lot of people debate on, and like people have been talking about Young Thug in kind of a harsh manner after Punk dropped, and I don't agree with that. I think when you look at the trap lane as a whole, especially the Atlanta trap lane, there is no one as diverse as Young Thug. There is no one that is doing what Young Thug is doing right now, especially what he's done for even like, coming out and being so flamboyant and being that sort of new fresh air for this new generation has been beautiful to see. So much fun. Barter 6. He has so many great fucking projects.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, think about how many fucking Young Thug clones there are in today's day and age in hip hop. So for that alone, it speaks to the influence he's had in such a short period of time. And like you said, so versatile. So for me, he goes into the great.
He definitely
great
goes
category.
into the great. Yeah, same thing on Tyler. I feel bad putting Tyler in the great though.
Because you feel like he's above Thugger.
I feel as if he's above Thugger and Travis in a lot of things. Like that's the one that's really debatable for right. I feel as if that's maybe the one we fucked up on so far. But let us know in the comments, guys. But Mac Miller, all right. So this is one of my favorite discographies in all of hip hop because the artist evolution is absolutely incredible, and we've spoken about this on several different occasions on the podcast. How if you take Kids and compare it to Circles, it's night and day. I mean, it was literally done in a decade span, and that's what's so incredible to me. And to see what could have been after this catalog would have been even more mesmerizing, and it's kind of torturous to me. But man, like I have so much love for this man's catalog and music, and I would personally go amazing, bro. Like that's
100% agree with the amazing rating. Mac Miller's music is just therapy to me, and like you said, that evolution, you can argue that he's had the best evolution discography wise compared to any other artist to ever touch a mic. In my opinion, you can make that argument. So Mac Miller deserves the amazing rating. But let's now go on to Juice WRLD. And listen, again, the impact that Juice WRLD had in such a short amount of time was really incredible to witness, I would say. And the fact that people are still being touched by his music, the way that he was able to connect with his fans so much, was a beautiful thing to see. And personally, if I'm just judging it on the music and the overall artistry, I would feel in that good rating, to be honest, because I feel like the projects aren't always, at least to me, they haven't been full of consistency in terms of song by song, and a lot of songs that kind of sound similar when I listen to Juice WRLD's music. So for me, he goes into the good.
You would place him next to Lil Baby. That's probably where you.
Yeah.
I think maybe holding that standard. I could make a great argument for him going into that great category, and I know a lot of the new generation would put him there, but it depends too because he is one of the greatest freestyles we've ever seen in hip hop. That's another thing. You know,
he's
like
up
that,
there for the new generation.
For the
I
new
would say.
but like he has incredible freestyles on Tim Westwood, and there's just so much of an impact. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, listen, we'll slot him in for good, but this is extremely debatable. Let me know where you guys would place him on the tier list. Let's keep going with this. Let's go on to Cardi B, because Cardi B has been one of the most successful female rappers in the past decade to come out onto the scene. She has released Invasion of Privacy, which is, won a Grammy for Best Rap Album of the Year.
But all the accolades aside, bro, just get to it. Where do you think she ranks as an artist?
As an artist, I think that I'm debating between mid and good. I would probably go mid.
I'd go mid as well.
I would go mid.
And I mean, it doesn't help that. I mean, I get it. That's how music is now. Not everybody writes their own stuff, but there's that component to it. And I also feel like a lot of her, like if you look at her biggest hit, like Bodak Yellow, Kodak is a big, part to the explosion of her career. But I do think that it's cool to see her mix in pop and Latin music and all these different styles. So I do salute her for that. But yeah, I think that she goes into the mid category for sure. But let's now go on to A$AP Rocky. And this is super interesting because when you look at psychedelic hip hop, when you look at the New York scene and who's been one of those prominent figures who's really shaped the landscape that we know it as today, I got to go Rocky in...
Because you got to put him next to Tyler now. You got to hold him up to that standard.
He got to go in the greats. He's got to go in the greats.
We put 50 Cent on the amazing level, and then we're putting guys.
I told you about the 50, bro. I told you I would have put 50 in the greats.
I know, but bro, 50. There's no one on this list has had a debut like 50. That's the only thing I gotta say. Because listen, it is merited.
There are people on the list, but maybe in that tier,
as big as 50s.
Not as big, but as good. I'm saying, of course.
Even the quality wise, like that's one of the best gangster rap. Anyways, okay,
Rocky,
fuck it.
Though.
Yeah, Rocky.
Great.
Let's stick to Rocky.
I go great.
I feel bad doing this because now you got to hold everyone to the same standard. But that great and amazing category are low-key the fucking same.
They're not low-key the same, but I mean...
They're low-key the same. Let's put A$AP Rocky in the great category, but there's definitely a big argument to put him into the amazing category.
Lauryn Hill, though, we want to her. And listen...
Perfect. Fucking perfect, dude. Come on. Let's... Bro, there's no...
Listen, Lauryn Hill is definitely one of the best lyricists to ever do it, one of the most influential, and...
No, come on, bro. We're not going to have this debate right now.
Fuck, man. I wanted to... You know what? Because of the Fugees album, what she did there, too, I got to give it. I got to give it to her. Yeah, Miseducation of Miss Lauryn Hill was one of the best records of all time. I was debating only because I'm like, it is only one body of work, but that body of work speaks volumes to her impact and all that. So yeah,
she's definitely on the same level as Andre 3000.
Best female MC to ever do it too.
One of the best MCs period to ever do it. And that's why I think you had listen, the score and the Miseducation are one of the best are two are two albums that deserve to be in let's say this Hall of Fame era for hip hop albums. At least in my opinion, and especially the duality of the singing and the R&B. You have to slaughter into that perfect category, but 21 Savage, all right? I think I'm going to go... I'm between good and great. What do you say, man? Good or
21
great?
Savage. I got to go good on 21
Okay.
Savage. I do love the evolution, how much he's grown as an artist. I mean, if you look at Savage Mode compared to I Am Greater Than I Was, it's like, wow, he's actually starting to dive into more personal subject matter, and his feature game has been fucking wicked for the last couple of years. So 21 is definitely one of the most exciting artists to come out of that trap scene. And yeah, the consistency has been crazy. So I think he goes in the good, but again, he's interchangeable with that great tier as well. But speaking about Future, where does he go?
Future, this is a great conversation to have. I think you have to slot him into the great. Absolutely. He's definitely at the level of Travis. I mean, he has the catalog to back it as well. I mean, when you talk about Atlanta Trap, he is literally the one who has probably put everything on his back and brought it to that mainstream stage. So
I agree.
I think Future goes into the great category. Let's go on to Chief Keef. Good or great? What do you say, man?
I go good for Chief Keef.
You go good for Chief Keef?
It's pretty cool to know that Chief Keef pretty much spawned an entire fucking genre in hip-hop with the drill scene. So shout out to Chief Keef for that. But to me, I just don't put him higher than that because his music hasn't been that memorable for me over time in terms of like...
He has his songs, though, that have really
He has
been
his bangers. I mean, I just don't know if he has those iconic projects. But in terms of like influence, obviously, the guy literally created a whole fucking subgenre. So again, another one that's arguable for good or great, but I personally feel good.
You personally feel good?
What about you?
I would go good too. I would keep it on that level. But let's go on to Nav, the Canadian legend. This is a guy that I started bumping when I was 17 years old. His self-titled is really enjoyable, but I want to give Nav the good rating. I want to give him the good rating, but we have to give him the mid rating. We have to give him the mid rating. It's a lower tier down from like that Lil Baby, Lil Uzi standard, at least for me. So I would give him mid. That's pretty much it for Nav. But let's go on to Black Thought. Automatic perfect for me. Another perfect rapper. I mean, even what he's done for the landscape of hip hop should be noted because a lot of the people that we talked about on this list, we mentioned career accolades, influence. Black Thought has it all, but on such a low key level that I feel as if not enough people talk about his impact. And when you talk about a lyricist, I think he's the best one on this list.
Yeah, when you look at the greatest lyricist of all time, when you look at what Black Thought did with the Roots, when you look at what he's done in his solo career, I don't think he's ever been bugged by a fucking artist, like ever on a song. So to me, Black Thought is definitely on that perfect tier. One of the greatest rappers, one of the most underrated rappers of all time. And speaking of that perfect tier, I think this rapper goes right alongside him, and that is the legendary MF Doom.
Show the t-shirt. Show the shirt.
Yeah, I gotta show the shirt.
Show the shirt.
This wasn't planned. This is just something that I rock on like a daily basis. Not a daily basis, like a weekly basis.
You wash that shirt, man?
Maybe not, bro. Maybe not. Maybe it stays on me in the shower for every occasion. But listen, MF Doom is literally the epitome of a wordsmith, of someone who is a master of his craft. Because when you analyze his fucking rhyme schemes, bro, it's mind-boggling. You're actually in awe of the way this guy fit words into his verses. So when you look at Catalog 2, classics, one of the only rappers to ever have classic albums under two different names. When you look at Victor Vaughn and MF Doom, so shout out to him. Influenced people to start creating aliases and alter egos in hip hop. So MF Doom he checks every fucking box for me, man.
That's
definitely perfect.
This is another rapper that is not up for debate on this perfect rating. But let's go on to Blueface, baby. All right, so let's talk about Blueface. This is a completely
Bust it down, Tatiana.
Bust it down. But yeah, we're gonna have to slot him all the way down to the back. For sure.
Right away. I love the way you escalated to that. All enthusiastic too. We gotta slot him down to the back.
But it's not even a knock towards him. I mean,
it's the offbeat rapping.
It's the offbeat rapping that doesn't get me. And I mean, there are offbeat rappers that make it sound good. Example, G Herbo does it in a good way, where it's like, okay, I could bump this, but Blueface is way too often. I mean, Nick knows a song. I can't think it off the top of my head that you guys are always reciting in the car and stuff. That always makes me laugh. But yeah, Blueface definitely deserves that bottom tier on the list. XXXTentacion, where are we placing him? Major influence. I mean, one of the most versatile artists to come out of the new generation, especially for the SoundCloud era. So
I go great.
I would go great.
I go great. I think you nailed it right on the head with saying that he's one of the most versatile artists that we've seen. If you look at a song like Infinity 888 versus a song like Numb, you're like, wow, this guy could literally do it all. He could sing, he can rap alongside some of the best of this generation like Joey Badass. So X had the flow, he had the emotion, he had it all. So yeah, definitely great. Let's now go on to Pop Smoke. This is interesting because I'm kind of torn between good and great here. I think that he did need more time for us to see the extent of his skill set, but yeah, what a fucking, like, the way that he came in and just had a hot streak the way that he did. I go good though.
I go good.
I go good.
Same level as Juice WRLD and Lil Baby. And that good rating kind of looks bad right now because it's kind of placed on like the middle tier of it, but like it's good. You know, like he is a good rapper. I mean, especially for this new generation, there was so much garbage that was coming out that hearing Pop Smoke was that breath of, it's true though. It is true.
No,
there was a lot of people that were releasing really bad projects, but Pop Smoke was that breath of fresh air that everyone needed to hear.
And speaking of that music that isn't on the best of scales, let's go and talk about Lil Xan, who is straight into the bad tier. And listen, man, once he made those Tupac comments, I knew that, like, no.
Yeah, they can't,
I'm not listening to you ever again.
It's not applicable at this point, and definitely on the same level as Lil Pump. And of course, it's a generic thing to say, like, okay, you know, he's a bad rapper. He has good songs.
But the music's not good.
He's
never put out a quality song to me.
That's there's one song I actually enjoy from him.
Betrayed?
Oddly, I believe it is that, oddly enough. But
anyways, let's end off on a good note.
Yeah, let's end it off on a good note.
The last artist we have for this tier list is Kid Cudi. And when you talk about an artist that has influenced the newer generation, when you look at an artist that has created trends and created therapy, who has literally saved people's lives with his vocals and his projects, Kid Cudi is just a legendary rapper, bro.
It's amazing.
Bro,
you can't debate that, bro. It is. He is above Travis Scott in my opinion, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
He is above that great rating. And especially when you look at the catalog, like he has so many great fucking projects in his overall discography, especially the way that he was able to be such a big, you know, advocator for mental health when that was not necessarily a big prominent factor within hip hop at that time, and how many people have decided to open up about that and be so vulnerable in their music. Kid Cudi embodies all of that. So listen, guys, this is the official tier list. Thank you guys so much for coming in and watching this. It's always a pleasure doing content for you guys. And listen, let us know where we fucked up, all right? Because you guys are always flaming us for these tier lists, but we love it. You know, it's obviously always up for debate.
Also,
let us know where
groups.
You guys would go.
No groups were allowed in this. We forgot to say that at the beginning, but just to let you guys know, we kind of chose to exclude groups. But if you guys did enjoy this rapper's tier list, let us know which tier list we should do next. Let us know if you guys want to see us do a part 2, maybe for newer generation rappers or whatever it is. And also, if you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching the full video, and if you're new to NFR, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we'll be keeping you guys updated with the latest album releases in terms of update videos, album reviews, and our own original series on the weekly. And we also have our Patreon plan available in the description below, where you can access weekly bonus content and also access to our Discord. So be sure to check out all of that, and we'll catch you in the next one.